What's going on, everybody? Give me a bit of an update. We've got 7 more days till the end of November. What does that mean for me? Christmas can be busting my bank accounts, bowls with Christmas presents. My girlfriend's birthday is in 7 days, so gotta be closing more deals. But that being said, if I don't close, it's all on me because I couldn't lead prospects into making a better decision. So I put that ownership on myself. But a couple of updates to give you guys a bit of insight in terms of what's been happening. Small wins, but I do truly feel like I've shifted in terms of understanding what's really going on with me in terms of people pleasing tendencies. I've been talking about that heaps in the last couple of videos, and I think I potentially have cracked the code to really understand what's going on. So I made this quote here. If money was the outcome, then when do you know how much further to develop? If the whole entire time was using your finances to improve yourself day by day. So what do I mean by that? There's two schools of thoughts when people get into sales. They want more money for financial freedom. And what does financial freedom look like? Most people, get out of their 9 to 5, have that money to pay off their debt, have that money to look after their close ones, just be that provider. That was me. Okay. So I attach money to someone who I want to be. And in a sense, you do need that. You need that capital to deploy. Okay. But that's not the ultimate criteria of the recipe. Part of that recipe is just being okay and loving yourself and knowing that you are worth it. As cliche and as wooey as it sounds, you don't realize that until you're going through something intense, something life changing. For me, it was going through this spiritual journey, this intense realization through a ceremony that made me realize that I was enough and I didn't put enough love for myself. And I've gotten this advice many times from other people, sales coaches, parents, that you are enough, but it just doesn't land. And that's the thing. As a salesperson, as an advisor, as a leader, sometimes when you say things, you think it lands in your head, but it doesn't actually land to other people. And for me, as stubborn as I am, and making sure you realize this for other people, as stubborn as they are, things may not land. And knowing that I am worth it, then I am the frame. And what I mean by when I am the frame, when I'm on sales calls, in life, in physio, I am the one to help guide people to understand why they're here, what they're looking to achieve, why they can't get from where they are now to where they want to be. And as soon as the price drops, understanding what their concerns are, understanding if what we have in terms of the solution with our program can actually get them there, understanding why they can get them there. If they believe that it can get them there, what's coming up to make them want to think about it? Is it more so the price or something else? Just keep chopping it down. So that was my thing to realize. It's that easy. Just showing up for someone to make them make a difficult decision in their life. The reason why they haven't made that decision is because they couldn't do it by themselves, or they needed to be led. And during the ceremony, it was quite an intense ceremony. And for me, I couldn't do it by myself. It was good to have people around me just to lead me, to make sure that I was okay, that I was enough. I was strong enough, emotionally sound enough to make it across the other line. My job now, after going through that, is to realize, take a couple of deep breaths and realize that I'm just there to help them. And if they're getting angry, then sure, it's my job to make sure that they're making a decision based on something that they really, really want. And if they're angry, it's because, one, they're allowing their old self to dictate that and not allowing that new self to come up into fruition. But when it comes to, I guess when you call it an ego, or a current way of thinking. That's the real estate that they want to be living in their brain. And they don't want to be kicked out to allow this new way of thinking. Could you imagine, with all your faults, that someone's telling you to get out and allow someone a better version of you to come in? Well, first you'd be super annoyed, super frustrated, and super confused why someone better than you should be doing the job for you. So this is more just thoughts to my head. I'm not too sure if this resonates with anybody, but overall, in sales, it's actually a gift to be witnessing someone overcoming their old way of thinking, making that purchase for themselves to be a better version of themselves, regardless of what the offer is. Now, with that being said, after that ceremony, I had a call yesterday, closed a 5K deal, 10% close. 10% commissions, closed 2 out of 10 so far. The reason why the eight didn't close, I couldn't shift their limiting beliefs. I wasn't there to hold them accountable. I wasn't there to hold them to a higher standard. And during objection handling, I gave up too soon because I allowed their old way of thinking to dictate their decision-making processes. Move on to my physio situation. Things are going pretty good. I thought I was expecting my clients straight away, but just to be open, just to realize we are hitting at the end of the year. Doctors are winding down, so I'm okay if nothing shows up until the start of the year. Okay, but that being said, I need to start to restructure the way that my calendar looks like, and I really want to be starting my physio during 12:30 p.m. my local time, so I can have that big space to do sales. Okay. And the last thing, but not least, and I need to be doing this a little bit more. It's not just slowing down because I thought slowing down could help, but actually set some time aside. Actually meditate for 5 minutes. Go into a space of emptiness, because generally I feel that that would be really helpful for my situation, because I feel that I need that calm silence to actually start acting, because I'm quite a fast, responsive, I want to do things quick. And that balance of meditation, slow, calming, can balance the quickness. Because I thought I had to reduce that speed. Sure, maybe, but I feel like I keep that speed, but have that contrast of just slow, calming meditation, just to balance everything all out. That being said, 2 more sales calls tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. The outcome isn't the sale for me. The outcome for me is being there to make them realize that they need to make a change if they want to make a change, and just being there when they need to raise up concerns. I just need to be there. That's what a leader should be. All right. See you guys in the next one. And I hope the next video I can talk about not just the closes that I made, because that would be part of the side effect, not the outcome, but more talking about like what actually happened for me to switch that way of thinking, to go from concern to saying yes, regardless of what is happening. I'm willing to become that person, put that baggage on the side, and make that change without being too pushy. We'll see you guys on the next video.